So what's up, guys? Welcome back. And today we got a lot of things to do, but first I want to show you guys this right here. You probably already seen it in the last video. Big Bertha is here to stay for good, and she's gonna be seeing a lot of road trips towing my cars to the track. So I literally just got into the garage, and I haven't really done much to the CRX just yet, but we do have a lot planned. I for sure do definitely want to take out the roll cage from the CRX today, because I've been putting it off, and you know, like I said, I just want to keep demodding that car until it becomes completely stock. And in regards to the CRX being up for sale, it was up for sale when it was a shell, and then I fixed it, and then I started driving it again. I started enjoying it a tad bit more, although it is slushy as hell because there's no suspension on the car. I paid insurance for another half a year, so that means I'm going to hold on to the car for another half a year, and in half a year my registration is going to be up anyways. Then I'll have the car for sale, given that Big Bertha is back, and I don't want to have too much cars here. But today I want to clean the interior of the CRX, you know, vacuum it, and use a flap disc, clean all of the metal burrs from the cuts yesterday, and install the roll cage. And then I want to move into the hydro conversion. I know I've put it off, but I kind of figured out how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to be making a custom handle from sheet metal layered on top of each other, just welded them all together to make one solid handle. And then you know, being that I'm doing it myself, I can design it how I want it, so that'd be pretty cool. And if I don't get to the lines today, I don't get to the lines today, but at least make a base plate so we can have the hydro conversion. I still got to dig for that Willwood master. So yesterday I was drilling out the Spot-Welds with the Unibit, and pretty much went straight through the other side of the metal. And for these brackets, I don't want to go all the way inside the wheel well, so I'm using the Spot-Weld drill bit, which you can buy at Harbor Freight. And make life easier, you do a pilot hole with like a small ass little drill bit, and then it'll drive the center guy to make sure this cuts straight. And all I'm going to do is remove these guys right here and that one. So let's get it. Now you gotta go too. Thank you. Don't come again. Yeah, this thing is like glued on here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rip it all out. Yeah. Peel back as much of this fabric as possible, and I'm just going to take my torch and just kind of burn all these little fuzz off of it. So I've been reading some of the comments yesterday about the RSX shifter box and why I decided to use that instead of just putting a bump stop on the other shifter. One, the shifter sat too low. Two, I didn't want well in the car, so that means I had to drop it anyways. And while I was dropping, I experimented, and became 100%, and it worked flawlessly, so I left it in there. And the RSX shifter box just sits a lot taller, and it feels more comfortable to me. That's why I left it. And I don't know, it's just, you know, I love experimenting and proving theories wrong. Well, not theories, like I know there's like the K-Tune bracket for RSX shifter cables and box for H22 transmission on the market, but given that this is a budget car, I'm not trying to spend too much money into it, and this was an experiment. Wasn't sure if it was going to work or not, and if it didn't, I would have welded that bracket back on my metal shifter or go back to the junkyard, just snag another one. No big deal. So I just made do with what I had, and you guys saw in the last video that 1-2 pull was pretty solid, and works out for me. And now the shifter is where I want it to be, so I'm happy. I'm happy. But yeah, I'm just finishing up knocking out these brackets right there on the side because they were already loose anyways, and I cut off these tabs right here because I actually left the wrong tabs. In case I ever put panel back in, I left the tab so I could click the panel back into place, but I ended up cutting it off because I didn't think about this side. I went straight through it. So as I'm taking out this roll cage, I don't know, maybe tomorrow or something, I'm gonna have to make a trip to Home Depot. I don't know if you can see it right there. I want to go get some plugs to the sides of the hole so I can plug it and not have dirt, water, whatever it is, come through those holes, especially the ones right here because it'll wet the carpet, and plug those holes up so that way, like I said, block them out from the elements. But I already took out the driver's side. I just gotta take off the 3 here, the 3 there, and then we can pull the cage apart. Oh, and this one too. Now this cage, it's not practical for drag racing. This could kill you more in a drag race crash than an actual chromoly or dom roll cage meant for drag racing. This is it's technically called an anti-roll bar. It's supposed to help stabilize the chassis for road racing or autocross, but not for drag racing. My track is not that strict. As long as I have a roll cage for the 1149 index, pass. Plus, if I took it out of my CRX, my stock one, it's either going to sit in the backyard or be in here. Once you get the cage set in place, get a rubber mallet, tap each corner and get it really snugged on the frame, and then you can start drilling your holes out and then bolting it down. What I noticed in my red CRX, I didn't use Loctite, so the bolts were all loose, the one that goes to the floorboard, and I'm going to do that this time around, so I'm going to knock that out really quickly. Got the roll cage installed and looking spiffy. So the only thing that bothers me is this right here is on the edge of the tub, right? And then this one is like an inch away, a finger gap from the edge. But that and that is like symmetrical. Both of the legs are you know, I used a mallet to hammer as close back to the frame as possible, and the roof is pretty much measured evenly all the way across, but for some reason that one's more on the edge than this. But you know what, it is what it is. YOLO, fuck it. And now I'm gonna brainstorm my e-brake handle, but first I'm gonna find out Willwood Master. Crazy shit, I've been searching for 2 hours and I cannot find the Willwood Master for said project for the hydro e-brake. Literally, I searched through this one, the two behind that. I searched this rack, this tool chest, that tool chest, my whole cabinet, my whole back wall, shelf, and I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. If I can't find it, I'm gonna cut out this video and go enjoy the rest of my evening. If we do find it, then we'll do the mock-up. Mel, you just freaking fought off that dog, bro. I've never seen his tail so fluffed up. Dog came up right here and he was like, so woo. Dog was treating me like a little bitch and he took off. Mel, you know I always gotta squeeze in Mel in the video, guys. Okay, here's my makeshift looking lever. using a flat stock taped up to the lever down there. And my goal is to have this position like away from everything, have this position away from the center console, so that way I can still remove the center console without having to take off this whole setup. And I am going to be leaving the stock e-brake for, you know, when it's at the house or when it's parked at the pit, and I can just keep the car still rather than trying to put like a bungee cord on here to lock the back brakes. And again, to keep this away from this guy so it doesn't interfere. Kind of wanted to be somewhat right there. And all I'm going to do today is take off my center console, make a base plate, like cardboard template, and you know, drill the holes and get this guy to kind of sit into place, so that way tomorrow when we start mocking, building, fabricating this whole unit, we have the template ready to rock and roll. So I'm gonna remove the center console, get some cardboard out, and start tracing some stuff. So I had this console removed, and there was literally no space to bolt a base plate down here to hold this sucker up. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is once we start making this template cut out of steel, I'm just gonna weld that seam right there to the tunnel after I clean it up and cover up all my carpet. We're gonna weld that to here, and I'm gonna make it a little leg bracket that's gonna go down and then bolt to the 12mm that holds the seat rail in place, so it doesn't have like crazy flex, especially this way when I'm gonna be, you know, I'm holding it down. But I think I got my ideal placement. Plenty of room right here to remove my center console without removing that guy. This is as far as I'm gonna get, because kind of want to spend the rest of my night watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? We did pretty good today, clean up the burrs in the back. We got the roll cage installed, the red CRX looking more and more stock. I think the only thing that's left that's modified is the steering wheel, and obviously we have a stock one here. I got two stock ones over there. We'll swap out another day. And pretty much got almost everything we need to do this hydro conversion. And I don't think I want to touch cars anymore tonight, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please stick around, because like I said, there are plenty of more things to come. I'm very stoked about this hydro conversion thingamajigger, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.